Hello everyone. It's actually really cold outside, so I thought I would do the intro to this video in here just because it's blocking the wind and that's helping a lot. So today I wanted to just show you my first car in Japan. This is actually a kei-car, which has a lot of size specifications, but basically it's a 660cc engine, which is very small for a car. And I just wanted to show you guys a couple of the features of this vehicle. It's only it's a 2002, so it's pretty old, so there's not a lot of things to show you, not a whole lot of technology in here. But this is the first car I bought in Japan. It cost me 300,000 yen, which is about $3,000, give or take. And I bought it because I was in desperate need of a car. This is the best car in that price range that I could find. This car actually has a turbo in it, which is hilarious for a 660cc car, but it gets up and moves. It's good enough for Japan speeds because the speed limits in Japan are very slow compared to the United States and probably some other countries. So I'm just going to show you a few of the features inside here, show you some of the storage capacity. And because it's so cold out, I don't really want to open up the engine, but I'll show you guys in there just real quick for fun. So yeah, this is a Suzuki Wagon R RR. So it's kind of a slightly sportier, it has the turbo, a little more of a fun version of Suzuki's Wagon R, which is one of their typical K cars, the 660cc engines. So, I guess we'll just start at the steering wheel here. You've got your typical speedometer, shows you your fuel, and this one actually has an RPM meter, which, believe it or not, is rare for K-cars. Most cars of this size do not even, well, I wouldn't say most, but a lot of K-cars don't show you the RPMs because, you know, what do you need to know for, I guess. It's a Suzuki. It's a little scratched up. One thing you'll notice about K-cars is they're actually built a lot cheaper than any regular car. These doors here look really fancy. It's got this metal here. But it's actually like really cheap, thin plastic. You can really tell when you close one of these doors that it is not the same as a normal car. So down here we've got our windows, and actually the driver's side window is automatic, so I'll show you that really quick. So the driver's side window is automatic, no hands, which is also pretty fancy for a K-car. But yeah, automatic windows on the driver's side only, the rest are just normal. You can adjust your mirrors here, and it actually has one of these which will fold your mirrors in. If the car is on, hold on. This will fold your mirrors in. So let's take a look at that. Pretty fancy. A lot of Japanese cars have that because the parking spaces are so close together, it just helps everything. It has a digital odometer here that will tell you hello when you get in. Got all your basic lights and functions like that. This car actually has 146,000 kilometers, which I don't know how many miles that is off the top of my head. It'd be getting pretty close to 100,000 miles, I think. Maybe 80 or 90. This car actually has a GPS, which is pretty fancy for a K-car. And it also has a DVD player. You can put in a DVD. You could hook up TV, but I don't have the antennas for this car. It's a CD player, all that stuff. I don't know if this came standard on the car or not, but it's in mine. And it's nice to have. It's really outdated, so a lot of the roads that we use today don't appear on this GPS at all because it's so old. But if you're, in a life and death situation, this will get you home. Down here, just typical air conditioning. You can adjust. Pretty basic, nothing crazy out here, except you can check the outside temperature. That was probably pretty fancy at the time. And then that's pretty much all we've got going on up here. Up top here, you've got a sunglass holder. Got my Oakleys in there. A light. Up here, you just got your normal sun visor, no light or anything. How's it going? Yeah, really not too much in here. I installed these curtains because Japan is extremely hot in the summer, so I'm trying to block out some of the heat and cool the car down a little bit. But yeah, one thing you will notice up here though is there is no center console, so the two seats are touching each other. So that's one of the size issues with a kei-car, is they're not very wide or very long, or they're decently tall, I would say, but they're not very wide or long. So they have some restrictions on that. Typical, turn signal and misters and things. Gears. Yeah, nothing too fancy up here. Yeah, just pretty basic. So I'll go ahead and head to the back and show you guys that part. Alright, so now I'm in the back of the car. So maybe you can get a little better view here, but yeah, really the main thing about the kei-cars is the width and the length. Very, very narrow. You've actually got a decent amount of room back here, honestly. Like I said, though, this was one of the better kei-cars in the price range that I was looking at. You've only got one storage pouch back here, and you got a bag holder, even though for some reason I keep hanging it up here. Back here you've just got your windows and a handle to get out, and the doors are still that really thin, cheap plastic. It's only seating 4 people because, again, the width requirements are very strict. And then back here's the trunk, and I'll open up the rear hatch to show you that because I don't think this angle's going to tell you much about it. But yeah, it's actually not bad. I mean, if you need to get around in a kei-car, this'll do the job for sure. Plenty of room in the back seat. I mean, I don't know, 5'9" or 10, and I've got plenty of room. Maybe, I mean, obviously if you're 6 foot something, you're not going to fit in here very well, but the average person, I think, can fit back here pretty good. So let me show you the trunk, and then I guess after that I'll show you the engine really quick because it is cold out here. So alright, let's go check out the back. Alright, so here's the back of the car. You've got your Wagon R RR special badges. Pretty fancy. Suzuki. And when you're looking back here, I don't know how the size comes off on camera, but in reality you can fit 2 large suitcases standing vertically, and that's all. The width is about the size of a, shoe and a half, I guess, is how long you've got. Like 1 shoe and a half. But it will fit 2 large size suitcases. But that's all. So yeah, that's about all you can get. As far as storage, we actually have one more option that I'll go show you really quick. So back up front here, we actually do have one more storage option besides the glove box. We have this, which is pretty cool. You've got some storage down here for, I just leave the car papers and stuff, but you could store whatever you want down there. It's pretty big. But that's about all the storage that we have in this car. So I'll really quickly show you guys the engine, but it is cold, so it'll be a very quick peek at the engine. Alright, so here's the engine really quick. I mean, it's very small, way kind of cramped in there. Again, the hood of this front part of the car is only like the width of my hand, maybe 2 hands width, very narrow. It does have a turbo in here. You know, you got your battery. That's about it. It's 660 cc, so it's basically a motorcycle like that. Alright, so that's the Suzuki Wagon R RR. Alright, so that's the Suzuki Wagon R RR. It's only a 660 cc engine, like I told you. This is a 2002, so not a whole lot of technology or features. Kei-cars are generally cheaper and a lot smaller than a normal car, but you do have plenty of headroom in here, honestly. It's just the width and the length that are some issues. The reason I'm making this video is because I'm actually about to go buy a new car, and so I just wanted to show this off before I sold it. And the new car video will be out in a little bit. It has a lot more technology and things, so I want to make sure that I know more about the car before I make the video. So there may be some videos in between these two, just letting you know. As always, make sure to like and comment down below if you like this kind of video, and subscribe to the channel to see more videos about my life here in Japan and just things I do, I guess. Alright, so I'll see you in the next video.